Yep. So speaking about great managers, right, we're going to transition to the next topic, which is Ange with Nottingham Forest. So we all know it's been like a roller coaster at Nottingham Forest, right? Spiritos was there last season. They won a lot of games. They finished in the top half of the table. Got a European spot basically. They got a European spot. They're in Europe this season. And then this season comes up. He made a statement like, "Look, I need my personnel to like be upgraded to such and such." He wasn't given that. Fired. Immediately fired. Graham Potter also gets fired from West Ham, and West Ham employs Burritos. Also, now we all know that Ange was with Spurs. He claimed that he wins things in his second season, which he eventually did. He proved us wrong. He shut us up. But his record in the Premier League last season was not that great. However, Spurs fired him, right? Because even though he won the Europa League, they still fired him. And I think that the reason why they fired him is clear, it's evident now that we're seeing that with Nottingham Forest. But Nottingham Forest disregarded everything and went for Ange. And in 8 games that he played, 6 games specifically in the Premier League, he won none. Yesterday was a big game, okay, against Chelsea. It's a big game. It's a big game for him to prove himself, to redeem himself. But unfortunately, Chelsea had to put the stamp on it like, hey, goodbye from the Premier League. I'd like for you guys to give your reaction on Ange, and then we'll transition and having a conversation about Chelsea's setup, Chelsea's performance in the first half and the second half, and then conclude a recap for the game for Chelsea Nottingham yesterday.
And it was always coming. It was always coming from the first day he stepped in. Yeah. So he was sacked. And Marinakis made a point that he wanted to change his style of play. We knew what was behind it. It wasn't about style of play. It's about what you just spoke about. Getting Santos his guys he wants to get to where he wants to get to, and he gets him sacked. And he says he wanted to change his style of play. And from the onset, as I said, I knew it wasn't going to work because Ange has a way of playing. And this game was set up. This Nottingham Forest team was set up by a different coach who plays in a different way from the way Ange was playing, and it was suicidal. I think Ange made a mistake by taking the job because it was suicidal. You didn't set up the team. You didn't get a preseason with the team. So jumping into the team at that point was a wrong decision to take.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a wrong decision. So I always saw it coming. I didn't see him doing well with
Well,
Forest. I'm not saying Ange is a bad coach. He's not a bad coach. But the time he joined Forest was not good for him. This is Santos was a coach that took Forest to where they got to. Yeah, Forest was a good team,
back in
past
the
glory. Yeah, that was decades ago.
Mhm.
But in recent time, the coach that took Forest to where they are aiming to be was Santos. And in a team like that, I'm sure you have some of the players that will feel bad that yeah, this guy was doing something. We all bought into the idea, and you just sack him. What does it make of we the players? Yeah. So I'm sure some of the players were not happy because looking at Forest, the Forest we saw last season, Ange came in. You didn't see anything um that you can say that this the Forest we saw last season. There was
Mhm.
no similarity. It
Mhm.
just like it was just like a team that was just set up to just play with each other. The connection was not there. The game flow was not there. I didn't know the disconnection was too much. It was too wide. So I thought that Marinakis was the problem. Come what may, Santos was winning you games. Yeah. And he was doing what he needs to do. Even if you wanted to sack him, you could have managed the situation, get a good coach that can take over after him before you sack him. You don't just start the EPL and after how many games? 2, 3 games,
Yeah.
you sack. It doesn't make any sense. And it's not that he was a bad coach and he was giving you bad result. If it's Graham Potter, you can make an excuse that yeah, he wasn't giving West Ham the result. So sacking him, some people can justify that. But with Santos, it was different. So sacking him was a wrong decision. It shouldn't have happened. And I can say Marinakis shot himself in the foot by sacking Santos. And I was expecting this to happen. Not this early, but I saw it coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you do follow up in terms of like the read up, it happens that Ange is like the coach that has been fired like quick, like the first coach we fired within the within a short amount of games in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. He was there about for like 39 days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
mad. That's mad. But
Just a
anyway,
month and a week. Yeah, just a week.
correct. Like that's crazy. But anyway, Bernard.
He's challenging with Ten Hag.
But like on my take, I don't blame Ange. I'm blaming the Nottingham
Right.
Forest owner, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He has said this kind of thing where he's just firing everyone that comes. No patience. Like Nottingham Forest is not a big club like that.
Mm.
Just accept it. That's his problem, right? He thinks it's like Manchester, so he can just fire any coach. Even now, United they are saying we are giving you time. Yes, and this is
Mm-hmm.
Nottingham Forest that we are talking about. Nottingham Forest,
Well,
the coach that took you to the European tournament, you just sacked him just like that, and you keep on bringing in coaches. So this is my thing. I have this thing where if you keep on sacking coaches, the next coach that comes in will be in pressure. He can't even have time with the players and concentrate and move forward in the game because he even in his head he knows I might be sacked. I might be sacked. Any kind of small mistake that I do, I might be sacked. I blame the man. I blame him for doing
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
blame
In
him.
this
It's
one,
like
I said.
you can't just sack coaches. How can you sack a coach less than 2 months?
yeah,
No, you
39
are
days.
you are not
Crazy.
Man
Mm-hmm.
City. You are not Liverpool. Those teams are supposed to do that, and not you, Nottingham Forest. No. So
Yeah.
I blame Marinakis. I blame him
Yeah. Yeah. I
for
think
doing
I think
all the
Marina.
setting up everything, doing it. Nah, it's
Yeah.
very terrible.
Yeah, I think Marinakis has always been the problem. Yeah, he's the owner of the team. He puts money in the team. Yeah, we understand. So he's trying to protect his money and he's running a business as well. Because,
Yes.
yeah, he's not a Father Christmas. He cannot just put his money in there and then not make something out of it. Yeah, he wants to make money. But I think some of the decisions he takes is hurting the team.
Yep.
Yeah, some of the decision he's taking is hurting the team. And this in this game of football, especially in England, everything happened very quick.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't take his time or he doesn't take care of his business very well, very soon we will see Forest back in the championship. It's possible. There are teams, I don't want
And
to mention teams. There are teams that have made this kind of decisions and they are now struggling to even qualify to the EPL. They are even in League One. They cannot even make it to the championship.
yeah.
I don't want to mention names. And it will be very sad to see a team like Forest sink that low. I would have
Okay.
last beginning of this season, if you ask me after this number of games where Forest will be top table 1 to 10, I would have said they will be in that range from the first to the 10th. I wouldn't see them below 11th. But Forest is now at the relegation zone. They are battling relegation. So it tells you where your team is going. So if you say you are a businessman, you put your money in the team, and you see your team has moved from the top and is sinking, and it keeps sinking, then you need to sit up. Sometimes the rich people, yeah, it's your money, it's your team, but sometimes you have to accept certain things, and then if you need help, look for a professional to come and do it. Yeah, look for a professional to handle those issues for you, because it's clear that there's some conflict between himself and the playing body. There are conflicts. It's clear because you sack this coach because you think he's not playing your kind of football,
Yeah.
which was winning you games. It won you games. It's taking you to the European the European competition. And looking at Spurs with Santos, you could only see bigger things to come. You
Watch him.
sack that coach, you bring another coach, and within 39 days, you said, yeah,
Yep, 39.
39 days, and you are sacking the coach. So it tells you that there's some conflict there. The connection is not there. So
And FK, one thing I will add to is like he's acting as an emotional fan. That's what a fan would do.
exactly,
Yes, a
exactly.
fan
That's
would
why
be
I
like,
said he should
I
get a
lost 1 match. Let's
professional.
sack the coach. Just because
Exactly.
every week, look, every weekend, let's say Barcelona or any kind of big team Man United, and the fans are not happy, they're not satisfied, they'll be like, let's sack the coach.
Let's sack
That's
the
how
coach.
he's
Yeah,
acting.
yeah,
So he
yeah.
needs to
That's what I'm
step back.
saying.
I think he needs
Yeah,
to
that's
step back and appoint someone
mm-hmm,
to take that
mm-hmm,
role.
mm-hmm,
Because you can't be in the
mm-hmm,
stand and be emotional. No, this is the Premier
mm-hmm,
League we are talking about.
mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
tough.
It's
You,
tough.
you're a mid-club team. Just
Mm-hmm.
accept it. That's his problem. So he acts
And
But
like an emotional fan and also
yeah,
he wants to make changes in the game. No, you are investing
mm-hmm,
money. So focus on that place and
yeah,
give someone the chance to focus on the games for you.
yeah. That's it.
Or
You
else
should
you make
focus on
irrational
making the money.
decisions and cost the
Yeah, I
team.
think, yeah, you are very right. That's what I
oh yeah,
said. He should focus on making the money for the team
Yeah.
and get professionals to handle the playing body. They are two different things. They are two different things. You cannot handle both. Yeah, there are people that do it and it works for them, but it's clear that it's not working for you. Handle the monetary side, make money for the team, and let someone handle the playing body. They are two different things. Yeah. So I think he should talk to himself, reflect on the decision he's taking. If it's helping his team, he can tell for himself. If it's not helping, he can tell for himself. And we've all seen what is going on. It's not working.
Yeah.
So I think Marinakis has caused Forest all this grief, and he should reflect and then get the right things done. Yeah.
And one funny thing is he's going for Mancini, right? Mancini will come or Shondai. They will come in the same thing. He will sack them again. He doesn't have patience because he's nah.
I
He's a fan.
I thought it was
He's not an owner now. He's a fan now. That's how he acting. Yeah.
If
yeah,
he's
but
looking for Mancini, maybe Sean Dice will work for him. But if you
Dyche,
go for Sean Dice, then
you
the
upgrade.
same play you said you didn't want Santos to play, he's going there. We know how Sean Dice plays.
Same.
Sean Dice is all about the points. He doesn't
Mhm.
Yeah.
care if he will
Right.
pack the bus and win the point and get his 3 points. So
Mhm.
you going back to the same doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, maybe they have their reasons, stats for that, but me sitting here watching how Forest played last season and how they began the season, it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I wanted to add a little thing to it, my point to what you guys said in your commentary, and then we'll talk about the game itself. I don't know if you guys got to watch the game, but my commentary to add on to it is I feel like there's more than football, right? People that are intertwining like experiences from successful clubs into their history. So, for example, Chelsea has a history of the revolving door when Abramovich was in power, right? Anytime a coach was messing up, he gives you the opportunity to fix yourself. And back to the book that Farouk was talking about.
Carlo,
Ancelotti
yeah.
listen, Carlo was like, Abramovich is gonna fire me if I lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's set in stone. So they know.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you're trying to take some of the principles that Abramovich took to become a successful club owner, you need to really study him because Abramovich was not just doing it just to do it. He had numbers to back up whatever he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he gave you the chance to prove yourself. So if you're gonna just jump the gun, I just feel like you just need to be like reasonable. I
I'm
think there
not
would be.
cutting you, and he got the right people to see every coach that comes in succeed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yep.
he got the right people in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he wasn't just doing it just to like fire.
Mm-hmm.
Just it wasn't just a revolving door. There was like it's like a whole machine behind what was going on.
So,
Like, yes, as fans, we just saw like, yeah, this person's getting, and we all knew when the coach was going to get fired. As a Chelsea fan,
mm-hmm.
I knew when Mourinho was going to get fired. The first time and the second time, I knew when he was
Mm-hmm.
going to get fired. I knew when Carlos was going to get fired.
Yeah,
You
it's just
knew,
as you said, it's a machine. So if one part is not working, you can clearly see it. So
correct,
if Mourinho is not doing his job, you will see
correct.
that this guy is gonna get fired. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's the lesson learned. I also always like that's why I love football, right? There's always like life lessons that we can always take from football, how we lead, how we do it, individuals. And I always like have this conversation before we're going to say like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
just be patient. Like, let's not just jump the
Mm-hmm.
gun. So like these
Mm-hmm.
are like life lessons that we need to like take from it. But back to the game yesterday, Chelsea Middlesbrough. It was an early kickoff on this side of the world because you
Chelsea
guys.
Forest.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
so yeah, like I'm so yeah, Chelsea Forest. Yeah, it was like an early kickoff on this side of the wall. You guys were already up. So what was going on? I kind of like watched the highlight. From watching the highlight, the first half alone, Chelsea didn't play anything, and I saw an attack going into Chelsea's like 18 all the time, just the first half. And then fast forward second half, I saw that there was a no passed around to the players from Chelsea because Enzo was like in the stand because of the red card. And then out of nowhere, Chelsea's like start banging goals. And also, what I found online yesterday was even before the final kickoff, Nottingham had already fired Ange before the final
Even before
kickoff.
the game, he fired.
They
Who
fired
does
him.
that?
Yeah,
I've
I'm like,
never seen some before.
wait, what's going on?
See,
So
the
anyway,
press
let's
were
talk
ready
about
for
this.
him, right? They were prepared for him. The press. They were
Correct,
like, "Where is he? He's been
correct,
fired." My
correct.
God.
Correct. So like I was like, wait, what's going on? But anyway, let's talk about the game. I don't know if you guys got to watch it or overall what you guys think about Chelsea's like performance since September into October. Like there has been a change for Chelsea's setup. What do you guys think in terms of Chelsea's approach? Starting with
Well,
Bernard.
well, I think the game, Nottingham Forest had no chance because their previous matches they're terrible. They couldn't even win any match, even their home. Played against Midtjylland. Midtjylland, they even lost to them. So it's like me. I knew they were going to lose. I knew they were going to lose. And they keep on like changing coaches. When you keep on changing coaches, a new coach will come, a new system go, a new coach will come again, new system. So now the players don't have one system that they play in every match. And I knew Chelsea was going to win because Chelsea had the upper hand. So it's just a win game for Chelsea. But even though Chelsea didn't play that well, still Nottingham Forest had no chance. They had no chance. And we all saw what happened in the game. I watched the highlights and I'm like, well, it was bound to happen. Nottingham Forest, I'm thinking they should kind of like hire a coach and just chill. They need to relax and give the coach time because this is a mid-club team.
Mm-hmm.
You're not expecting titles. And I'm sure the owners don't hire coaches and tell them, win me a title. No. They want like the like UEFA competition, just like the Europa League or the Champions League. They want to qualify. That's what their target, their main objectives are. So they need to like relax. They hire a coach. They come in, and they should have a one system that they play the team. Because last season they weren't that bad. What happened? The coach that was good with you, you sacked him. So I think Chelsea had an upper hand there. So it was a win
Yeah.
game. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I saw Chelsea winning this game anyway. There was no way Forest was gonna win this game, and yeah, Chelsea won the game. But I think there's a lot of work to be done. If you see the kind of goals Chelsea scored, they were not your typical way. If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'll be worried. Yeah, because if you see the kind of goals Chelsea scored, this will not be the kind of goals I would like my team. A goal is a goal. Yeah, you've picked up your 3 points, but going forward, you need to see your team do something more positive, winning games. Yeah, it was a convincing win, but it was against Forest. Forest was struggling anyway. We
Yeah.
didn't see Forest winning this game. And if you are telling me Ange was sacked before the game, it tells you everything. There was nothing in the game to play for. So yeah, I think Chelsea has won the game, but there's more to be done. I didn't see the game. I watched the highlights, and if you see the kind of goals Chelsea scored, I think yeah, you will take that kind of win and build on. It's a win, so you just take it and build on. Chelsea needs to do a lot more. I think fatigue is catching up with the Chelsea team.
Yep. A
They
couple of
didn't
injuries.
have any rest, so I think I'll understand them on that point. They didn't get any rest because if you look at the Chelsea team, the guys that you need to see wanting to have the ball and creating something, the likes of Fernandez, are not actually doing what you want them to be doing. So it tells you Fernandez is a hard guy, and if he's not doing what he should be doing, it can only tell you that it's fatigue. And they haven't had any rest. When everyone was resting, they were in the United States playing for the Club World Cup. Immediately they finished that, they quickly came back and the EPL kickstart and they are playing football again. And that's the cause of what we see, the amount of injuries we see, the likes of Cole Palmer. He came back and he's gone back to for a long term. I think he'll be coming back in December, yeah?
Yeah, they say November,
Yeah.
December, 6 weeks.
November, December. Yeah,
Yeah.
it can only tell you that it's fatigue because Cole Palmer is someone we don't know him for that
Injury.
injury records that he's putting up now. We know for Cole Palmer to be upgoing, and then if it's setting in now, I think there's a lot of work to be done. I will not blame Enzo Maresca that much because if you have your team, every coach before the season, you set up your team, you have your players, you know those who are going to start, and you set up your team. But if you set up your team and injuries set in, there's no team that will have Cole Palmer in the team and he gets injured and it will not affect you. Because the Chelsea team played around Cole Palmer. And Cole Palmer is not the only one injured. Today, James is injured. Tomorrow, he's in. Fofana goes. It doesn't help any coach. No coach will want that for his side. So a lot of Chelsea fans wants to blame Enzo Maresca. Yeah, part of the blame is on him, but I'll not blame him entirely. But he still has some job to do on the Chelsea team. So with Forest, we've said all that we can say about Forest. If you see the kind of goal they conceded, it tells you that they were absent. They were not even on the field. Even the players were not on the field. They were absent-minded. The kind of goals it was shambolic. So the least said about Forest, the better.
Yeah,
Marinakis will have to work on whatever he has caused. He has caused this. It's solely on him. So he needs to rectify it. That's all I can say.
good, good, good. But then one thing that I forgot to mention, Chelsea's game management has been okay thus far, but the only issue that I have right now is the red card. It's been 6 games, and 6 games, 5 red cards. Like, what's going on there? Like, guys, help me understand, because it drives me crazy. Like right now, every time Chelsea's playing, I'm like, yeah, we're going to get a red card. If it's not going to be a straight red card, it's going to be 2 yellow cards into a red card. What is going on? And even the manager got a red card, and that's why he was out of the game yesterday. So, what's going on? Like, how do we fix this? Like, I was telling the guys that's in the chat, like, look, I feel like Chelsea should be banned. If we get banned, it would help us learn a lesson or two. Because it drives me crazy. Like, why can't we just play a game, right, and finish the game like in peace? Like, we started with 11 men, we end the game with 11 men. Why can't we just do that? So, guys, what are your thoughts? Like, is it because they're you? Is it because like is just like youthful exuberance? What is
I think it's indiscipline. It's indiscipline on the part of the players because no coach will set up his team and tell you that Eben, I want you to go into this game and get a red card. Yeah, that is why I don't want to blame Chelsea's bad performance in some games solely on Enzo Maresca. I set up
Mhm.
my team. These are my best players according to the way we trained this week. And they go in, and one guy decides to mess everything up with a red card. You cannot blame Enzo Maresca for that. So I think it's indiscipline and it's becoming one too many. If it's one game, 2 games, it's okay, it happens. But it's becoming one too many. 5 red cards. It's not like it's spread within the season. It's consecutive. And it's yeah. So I think it's a job for whoever is hiking the team up to work on the guys because the red cards are becoming too many. And you might get away with it, but in games like the game against United, you will not get away with it. If you meeting Arsenal, you meeting Liverpool, the big guys, and you have a red card, they are going to work on that red card and win the game. You cannot win the game against them. Yeah, you cannot win the game against them when you have a red card. It worked against Liverpool, but we saw how it worked, right? So I think the indiscipline in the team is too much. Sometimes you don't need a coach. Yeah, if you listen to the book, I'm referring to the book you told me, the Carlo Ancelotti book. What's the
Oh,
silent leadership? Yeah,
mhm.
quiet leadership.
Yep,
Some of the
Carlo.
players have to talk to themselves. The big guys have to call for a meeting and talk to the guys. Guys, this is becoming too much. And this is no fault of the coach. The coach has no hand in this. The coach is not on the playing field with you. You are the one that go in for the tackles. And you are professional. You know if I go in for this tackle, I'm going to get a red card. So why go in for it? Because if you keep getting red cards, and anyone who is coming to meet Chelsea, and I know Chelsea is capable of getting a red card, I'm going to work on that. I'll make sure I'll force you to get the red card. And if immediately you get the red card, it gets into your head. Psychologically, it gets into your head. We have a red card. We need to. That's what happened to you against United. Immediately Chelsea got the red card, it got into their head. And United also pounced on it to make sure they punish Chelsea for that. You understand? So I think the team psychologists should work on that, and then the players should also call themselves to order because I think this is solely the playing body. The players on the field are the ones causing this. The indiscipline is too much. The indiscipline is too much. If the team you are saying they should ban Chelsea, they cannot ban Chelsea for getting red cards.
Yeah,
They
they
cannot.
can't.
So if Chelsea, the team itself, if Enzo Maresca should put up a policy indoor that if anyone gets a red card again, this is what is going to happen. Yeah, if anyone gets a red card, we'll analyze the red card. If it's avoidable, you'll be punished for it because your red card is going to affect the entire team. That can be done, but asking the FA to ban Chelsea for getting red cards is not going to work. So I think it's indiscipline on the part of the players and whoever is psyching the team. The team psychologist should work on however possible way to get the team to that level. Yeah, so it's solely indiscipline, and we cannot blame the coach for it. The blame should go to the players.
Gotcha. Got you.